Yeah, we're getting a lot of summer's rain.
Look at it stream down the side of the road.
Didn't rain all summer, now it won't stop. This won't last long, it'll be over. What's that 60-mile-an-hour wind?
When's the tornado? Didn't you say we're right in Tornado Alley?
90% chance I get, well, no. 19% chance it could get one, but it's possible.
Hello again. It is 3 days later, I think. I don't know, 3 or 4 days later. So we didn't get much of a storm, not like they said we were going to. Thankfully, we avoided the tornado. I didn't hear that anybody in Maine got a tornado, but we were up to like a 19% chance of having one. And that didn't happen. We didn't get any hail. I think I mentioned that they were talking about 1-inch hail. We didn't get that, thank goodness. That would have caused some damage. Nothing really. Some heavy wind, not like super bad. I wouldn't say it was any more than 40 miles an hour. And a lot of rain, which was good because it's actually greened up a lot of stuff. I mean, look, this was dead, completely dead, like 2 weeks ago. And now it looks like it needs to be mowed again. I didn't think that would happen, but thankfully, I don't know how much we got. I would say we probably got at least upwards of 2.5 inches, I would say, maybe 3 inches. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm filming on the new camera. And it's quite windy today, so I hope this one picks up sound better. You guys said you really liked it, so I'm just gonna use this one from now on for like all the up close talking parts. I'm on the International, I'm sure you guys could tell, because I need to take this manure spreader over by the other manure spreader and unhook it, because I gotta hook it up to the mowing machine. Brent is gonna be going out and mowing some green feed today for the girls. They're fresh out. And we just been feeding them hay from last year, which as you can imagine isn't as good as green feed, so we need to get some of that back into them. We've been pretty busy this morning, so let's see, what have I done so far? After we got done milking, the milk truck came, so we had to wash the tank and rinse the tank. Then we had to get ready for the cattle dealer. We had to go over to the heifer barn and catch one of the heifers because we are going to ship her. We actually already did. He's already been and gone. And the reason we did that was because, I don't know if you guys remember, but last summer, I think it was, we picked up 2 ash years from a farm. It's quite a ways away from here, but we're probably like 2 or 3 weeks old at the time. One of them is still doing good. We still have her. She did great. But the other one had like a crooked face. She had one eye that was way higher than the other, so it looked like her face was like drooping. And other than that, she was healthy. So we picked her up because we don't really care. We're just going to milk her. We're not going to show her or anything. That's why they were getting rid of her, because they show cows, and you obviously can't show a cow whose face is completely crooked. So we picked her up, and she did really, really well up until the point where she moved over to the other heifer barn. So when that happened, everything went sideways for her. I don't think she gets along with the other cows. I think they push her around too much, and she just won't eat. So she's really, really falling behind everybody, and we just decided it was best to get rid of her now. I'm gonna move this and talk at the same time. This should go pretty easily, I would think. Goes back. Usually just put them through here. saying before, but I had to move quickly because I noticed Brent is almost done cleaning out the freestall. I don't know if I mentioned that he's cleaning out the freestall. You can see he's pushing it out. He didn't need me today because we've actually moved enough manure so that he can just push it right out into the freestall, which is really nice because it frees up my time where I can be doing something else. So I think he's gonna be bedding the floor and the stalls because I did hoe the stalls out this morning. I just went through really quick and hoed them out so that they stay nice and clean today. That person's like, why was she talking to herself? I'm talking to a camera. I'm not crazy, I swear. I gotta hurry because he's almost done and I gotta have the mowing machine hooked up by the time he gets back. So I was saying we got rid of that heifer because it wasn't gonna get any better for her. She wasn't fitting in, and one heifer out of raising 20 something is not too bad. You're obviously gonna have some that aren't gonna do well. So we just ended up shipping her, and I honestly don't think we're gonna get much for her because she was really, really thin and just with the crooked face and everything. Doesn't really matter, we gotta unhook this. So the jack is on the other side. Nope, this side. I can never remember because this one's on this side and this one's on the other side. So pull that out. This is a really, really nice jack too. Heavy though. Take this off and then hook this to the tractor and then back up to this and then put this pin back in. Oh, hit. No idea where they go. I'm gonna just wait for him to do it. we'll go check on him and see how he's coming with the freestall. Oh, I also cleaned up underneath the cornmeal bin today, which was actually quite disgusting because it's maggot time of year for us. It was gross, but the birds liked it because they like to eat them. So gave them something to do other than eat my grain. Looks like he's almost done. He is. Looks like he's just got 2 more buckets on this side for the stalls, and then he does a couple on the floor just to make sure cows don't slip when they come in here. We used to bed the stalls by hand. We'd make piles, or we'd bring in the car and we'd shovel it all in. And then we realized that Brent can do it just as easily with the skid steer, so why not cut the work like way down? I was gonna say in half, but it was way more than that. I showed you guys when we hooked this up, but we have this old cement water tank that we hadn't used in years, and we hooked it back up just to see if it would hold water, and they just love to drink out of this. I don't know why. It must be colder, I would think, since it's concrete. It is cold, so I don't know if that's what they like about it. But if you shut it off at night and then you come turn it on in the morning, because we don't want to leave it all night long and have it run over or something, so we shut it off at night and turn it on in the morning. And once it starts running, the cows will like run down to this end to get a drink out of it. I don't know if it's any different from any other tank, but they seem to like it better, so. What's that? No, I did it. Yeah.
Not supposed to bed the freestall floor. Some guys don't like to bed freestall floor.
I do.
I'd rather see them lay down than fall down.
A lot of people say that grooving the concrete helps, but I don't really think it does, because when we went over to that real big freestall, I saw like 10 cows slip on the way to the parlor, and they were...
It just gets packed in with manure.
Yeah, you can't keep it.
I think sawdust is better.
You can't keep it from happening.
If a cow's going to lay down, it's going to lay down.
Yeah.
Whether there's sawdust there or not. It helps the grip that sawdust does.
Sure does. Watch this.
Yeah, it's bound to help.
Plus, you can't tell me that over the years, I mean, look how worn down that concrete is. So that's basically grooved at this point, and it's still slippery. So yeah. Over here,
it's weren't meant to be on concrete.
No, God didn't make them for concrete. Meant for green grass and dirt.
Yeah, that's good for the trimming of the feet too.
Yep.
We haven't had a trimmer for what, 7 or 8 years?
We haven't had regular trim now for 7 years.
Just don't need it.
We trim their hooves if they get long or have any problems.
When they go out the pasture, they trim themselves.
Yeah, they brush their hooves against rocks and stuff, and as long as they go outside a lot, they trim their own hooves.
You want to open that gate now?
Yep. I think I'm getting another cold. I'm gonna try to take something to keep it away. I think most of them are outside, except the dry cows, because they're lazy. So, yep, pretty much all the dry cows are up here. Look at that one, she's chubby. All the heifers and some of the milk cows are down on that ledge down there, grazing. Georgia! Georgia! Hey girl, what you doing? You gonna come say hi? Can I come say hi to you? Hi. How are you? I'm gonna show everybody how friendly you are. Say hi. Flies being annoying again. Hi, babe. That's my girl. Yes. You're getting white spots on your face. You're so old. Georgia is, oh man, she was born, oh, she's 10, I think. I think she was born in 2015. She said, I'm gonna go get a drink. Maybe I'm gonna go outside? I don't know. So Brent just left to mow, and while he's gone, I have quite a project ahead of me. So I've already started. We're gonna be cleaning up the barn. Every tool that's ended up in the barn that belongs back in the shop, that's where I'm taking it today. So I've got the bucket filled with bucket number 1. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to do 2 runs. We've got a whole bunch of stuff here, honestly. We've got manuals that came over here when we needed to look at something, if something was broken. So we've got the Kubota manual, this welding book that one of you guys sent us that we were looking at. And I brought that over, so we need to take that back. Some filter wrenches, extension cords, socket sets, part of the Massey that needs to go back on. It goes over the alternator. The grease gun obviously ended up over here because we were greasing the manure chain. And we never put that back. We've got some actual chains over here, some hammers, a filter for the sawdust truck, oil filter that we need to put on, a grinder, a tire pump, a whole bunch of chargers, wrenches, random tools, air gun parts, just a bunch of crap that doesn't need to be here. It needs to be over there. So I'm taking the first load now. This is what it's looking like. Obviously, I've cleaned up a lot, and it's still a mess. So I'm going to work on cleaning this up, and then we'll take that over to the shop and put away some stuff, what we can. Obviously, we won't get everything put away. And then I'll come back over because I still got one more tool chest to put in the bucket and take over. I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to take these manuals over or not. I might just leave them here because I think Brent keeps these inside because we don't want them to get eaten up or anything, because those would be really, really hard to come by if you wanted to find another set of those. So I'll make sure he puts those inside. I did find a pair of pants that I've been missing for a really long time, so it's a bonus. So yeah, let's get to working on this area. Alright, so this is our finished result of this side anyway. Pretty good. I got the trash can over here closer. It was over there. I put it over here closer so that the milk truck driver doesn't have to walk all the way out into the barn to throw away his towels. I still have my camera junk up here, which I need to find another place to put all that. And the whole shelf needs to be organized, but that stuff is supposed to all be in here. So as far as tools go, we got everything cleaned up. This box just has our inflation liners in it. If you've ever wondered what I'm talking about when I say inflations, this just goes... I'll actually take it in and show you. It's this. So there's 4 on each machine. It goes up inside this metal shell. And they need to be replaced every once in a while because they start cracking up here. And also the inside, which actually goes on a cow's teat, obviously, can get all scratchy and rough. And that's just a breeding ground for bacteria and also uncomfortable for the cow, so they can get kicky. And it can just cause a whole bunch of problems. So we would try to replace those every other month. So that's just 24 of those. So that's got to stay here. The towels that we use to wash the cows. We had 2 boxes. One of them hasn't been opened yet. And the other one had 2 left. So I took those out and threw away the box. A pair of my shoes and Windex. We have a bunch of Windex that one of you guys sent us. We have used some of it and it works very well. So I think I'm just going to keep that over here, because you have to use it with a hose. And there's no water over by the shop. So I think I'll probably just keep that here. Whew. So that took me probably a half hour. Brent's not back yet. So I'm going to take the skid steer over to the shop and we'll put away as much as we can before he comes back. Let's see if I can't fall trying to get in here. All right. this before, but we don't even know how old this shop is. It was here when Brent's uncle and his father were farming together, and when his grandfather was farming, it was here. We honestly don't know how old this shop is, but it's very old. So none of the tractors fit in it, really. We need garage doors for it. It's got a tarp up right now, which looks terrible, I know. But the garage doors are very, very odd sizes. So it's like a special order kind of thing. And we've been waiting to see if we can find any like on Marketplace or something for a reasonable price. Because if you didn't, it would be super, super expensive. But if we can't find anything, we might have to just either build something or suck it up and pay the expensive price to have some doors put on here. Because we really shouldn't go another winter without there being doors on here. So got to do that. And it also needs some roofing done. So it needs some work. But it's very, very sturdy, smooth concrete floors. It's got this beam here, which I didn't realize is actually from a silo. Apparently it was like the unloader track, I guess. So that's what that is. And you can lift an engine block up with that for like a vehicle or something, obviously, a small tractor. We can't get any of our tractors in here, except the Massey, I think, might fit in here. But the Kubota with the cab is too tall, and the International is too tall, so it really doesn't do us a lot of good. We could use a new shop. We keep our tools in here and it keeps them dry, so that's basically all it's used for. It's a mess. I don't know where to begin. It's kind of overwhelming. I guess I'll drag this back here. That's junk, I think. This is a lawnmower jack. One of you guys said you've never seen one of these before, and it is pretty handy. You just make sure that this thing right here is tight, and then you jack it up with your foot. You drive onto it with your lawnmower, and you jack it up with your foot, and then you can like work on the blades or whatever. So it's pretty handy. Okay, so we'll start at the marginally cleaner end of the building. Replacement parts and tractor stuff, or just parts for anything really, so go over here on this shelf. So that's the oil filter for the sawdust truck. I'm gonna leave the Kubota's manual over here. I have a whole bunch of stuff over here that I'm not really even sure what it is. I don't know what this is. Or that. This John Deere though. Must be something for a planter maybe? I don't know. Just realized I've been focusing so long on cleaning up the benches and everything that I haven't taken hardly anything out of this kid steer bucket. So the chains go in the other bay. This goes in this drawer. Oh boy. These I want to fill up with tools and then put them in each like tractor or whatever. We already have one that we have full of tools, so I'd like to put a whole set of tools in each one and leave it in a piece of equipment or something. This whole bucket is full of stuff. I can just take that right out. Just sort through it later. Whoops, all my blades fell out. There we go. That's a kick-ass grinder right there. Yeah, so I think that's all I'm going to accomplish for today. I'd like to, this is an old motor, actually used to run the milk pump, and something happened to it. I want Brent to fix it, but he doesn't want to. I think it's cool because it's like the original motor. It's from the like late 50s or early 60s or something like that. I used to use it on the hay elevators. The silage unloader. They used to use it on a lot of stuff, and I think it's just cool for sentimental reasons. So I told him not to throw it away, and he's just keeping it on this little like wheelie thing underneath under the bench. But I'm trying to convince him to take it somewhere and see what's wrong with it, because if you could get it to, if it was easy enough and it was just like a cheap enough fix, I mean, this is probably a way better motor than you could get nowadays. So I don't know. I'm still working on convincing him. You guys gotta help me convince him to keep it. I'm pretty sure it's either like a 10 or a 7 horsepower motor. 7, yes, 7 horsepower. So that's an expensive motor. I think I hear Brent coming back, so guess we're done in here. How did this go?
Good, real good.
Good.
I also cut that little swampy piece.
Yeah? Oh, where we usually can't? Yeah. Good. So you got enough for now.
Shot coming.
You want to see it?
Huh?
I said, ha! You want to see it? I got one whole bucket brought over here. And I cleaned off most of the bench. I still got some stuff on the bench to do.
Oh, wow.
I cleaned off most of that.
You what?
That was piled with stuff. I cleaned off that a little bit. I put a lot of stuff over there, like your battery charger and stuff. I moved the jacks and stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. I put away a lot of little tools, like sockets and stuff.
Yeah.
That set is almost complete. The big set's almost complete. The little set, I think, has most of them too. I don't know what that is. I didn't know what you wanted to do with that. I was explaining, like, you don't even know how old the shop is, do you? Your grandfather didn't build it, did he?
Probably, yeah.
You think he did? Oh, I didn't. I thought you said last time I asked that you didn't think he did. Okay, so maybe
I think he did.
Maybe his grandfather built it. But either way, your grandfather was born in what?
1890.
1890. So it was probably built in the early 1900s.
Yeah.
It's over 100 years old. Well over 100 years old.
Caught
You had
fire one time.
I was going to say, you had a fire in here and burned the ceiling all up.
Still going. That right there, that, what do you call it, roller, the I-beam, yeah. That is what connected the unidilla silos. We had twin unidilla silos with a roof. over both. And when you put your unloader from one silo across to the other, you'd raise it way up and your unloader would come over on that. You just pushed it by hand is all you did.
It's pretty cool.
You pushed it across and then you started using your other silo.
Barn swallows built a nest right on there and they poop right on the light bulb and on the carpet. Do they all work?
You have to
This one.
screw in.
What about this one?
No, screw it in, see what happens.
There we go. So they all do work, probably. Yep. Cool. I love old lights like that, the drop down ones. They're cool.
The next thing I want to do is take that plastic down.
Yeah, the tarp.
Some 10.5 foot doors.
10.5 by what? I was trying to explain to him
That's
that
got to be 9.
it's really weird size. Had them custom made, right?
Yeah, that's 9 feet. Yeah. 10.5 by 9 by 10.5. It's a weird width.
Yeah. But the tracks are perfect condition.
Yeah, the tracks are all right.
They're good. They just need doors.
Next thing I want to clean this area up.
Yep.
Well, I gotta get some lunch.
Me too.
So it is a few days later, guys. I'm sorry I'm filming on my phone, but I wanted to show you guys before we popped off of this video how the baler was working. So I'm going to wrap a bale because I've got a whole one in the chamber, so I wanted to show you how it does that now. It seems to be working flawlessly, so I'll just lift the hood so you guys can see it. Sorry that I'm filming on my phone, but very little things are working today for me, so it has not been a good day. I will explain in a minute. We'll lift this hood so you guys can see that. We got that new roll in there. So, turn on the PTO. Rev it up. And then turn our toggle switch. So that works good now. It's no longer bouncing. We obviously had a bad roll of net wrap. This one's working perfect. We made sure we put it in just like the book said. What we've been doing is exactly pretty much the same as the book. We realized once we did it the way the book said, it ends up being exactly the same. So we had a bad roll of net wrap, I guess, and there's no bearings gone in or anything, which is great. The bales are looking good that it's doing, especially since this is really, really rough hay. You can hear the tailgate creeping down. If you want to lock it up, you got to pull this handle down here, which I always do if I'm working underneath it, because you can hear it creeping down right now. But yeah, it's doing fine on the hay and everything. Beautiful. The only thing is, now the monitor is not working at all. I am baling completely blind. I'll show you guys what I mean. When I plugged it in today, it beeped and everything like it's supposed to, but nothing came up on the screen. Not a gosh darn thing. It always shows the baler, and then it shows, like, you know, your RPMs. I don't think that worked anymore, but it shows the bale counter, a whole bunch of stuff, and nothing is working. You can see the screen is completely empty, but the monitor is on. Listen. So I don't really know what's going on there. I took it all apart. I thought maybe it had somehow gotten wet. It wasn't wet, but I blew it out anyway with the air compressor. Let it sit in the sun, taken apart on a rag, to see if maybe there was water in there somewhere, moisture. Let it dry for an hour. Plugged it back in. Nothing. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but basically the only way I can bale right now is it does beep when your bale is full. It does everything that it's supposed to. But if it has an error code or something, which it hasn't yet, but if it does, I'm not going to know what's going on. I'm not going to have any way to know what's wrong if it starts beeping at me. And it might stop working altogether. I don't know. But like I said, right now it's beeping to let you know it has a full bale. You obviously can't see the chamber, how full it is. So I just don't know. go by the sound of the Massey, and then I slow down and listen for the beep. Then when it beeps, it wraps it. I let it out. I shut the tailgate. I can tell the tailgate's shut because it beeps when the tailgate is shut. And other than that, like I said, I'm just bailing blind. So we really got to figure out what's going on there. We already looked online to see if we could troubleshoot what was wrong, see if we could find a used one. There's no used ones on there for sale, and we can't find a way to find any parts for it. I didn't see a single monitor on there for sale when I looked on the internet. So I don't know what we're going to do if that one goes. We might have to just take it to like a computer specialist, and they can do something with the chip that's in there. Maybe there's something going on with the screen part of it. There for a while, I was hoping it was just going to come on when I was bailing, which apparently was just wishful thinking, because it didn't. But half the screen came on for a second like it was black, not like it was actually showing anything, but it was just black. And the other half was just this weird, I don't know, blank green color. But half of it was black for a while, and then it went away again. So, I don't know. But now you guys can see how our second crop is coming. This field looks pretty good. It was one of those ones that we cut when it was really, really dry. So it didn't get a chance to grow back much. It kind of got stunted. But it is starting now that we've got some rain. So we'll probably leave this one for a while, and we're going to start working on our other fields that are farther along than this one. Give this one a little bit more time. And I don't know. I think we're supposed to start next week, but I can't tell you how that's going to go if this bale monitor doesn't start working, or we can't find somebody who can fix it or find a replacement. I guess it's the very definition of if it's not one thing, it's another, especially when you're farming. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment down below. All the things, keep it real, keep farming, and I hope you join us in the next video. Bye, guys.